Hello, everybody, for the H-Town Rundown Houston Rockets basketball podcast, guys. Thank you for joining us on this super late episode. It's an emergency podcast. I got Ryan here. I got Dante here, man. Let's jump right to the intro. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for joining today on this very special emergency podcast episode. I got my boy Dante here. I got my boy Ryan here. Ryan's back again. You guys liked him so much. We had to bring him back, of course. Guys, how are you tonight? Ryan, let me start with you, man. How are you, bro? What's good, man?
Hey, man, I'm great. I couldn't be better. I mean, the Rockets getting the third pick. Life is going well, so couldn't be better, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Dante, how you been, bro? How you been, man?
Man, shout out to our boy Ryan, man. Happy to have him on. We're gonna definitely get you on many more shows, doing the draft, doing the season and stuff like that. But feels good, to be a Rocket fan, man. Got the third overall pick, going 41-41 this year. But we ain't gonna get into this conversation, but it got to be sucked for the Detroit Pistons. Last 2 years had the worst record, and they still don't improve ours. But yeah, man, I'm very excited to be a Rocket fan, man. Very excited.
Very exciting to be a Rockets fan. I mean, how is it that, yes, we lost our pick this year to the OKC, who ended up going out sad in the second round as predicted, but then we got the third pick from Brooklyn, man. So if anything, thank you, Brooklyn. My heart goes out to you guys. You guys are probably the best fans. My favorite front office right now. Speaking of front office, guys, with this third pick, we got a lot of things we can do with it. We can either trade that thing, we can either draft that thing. So let's talk about our draft aspect. So we already got one comment already, man. Uncle Dre talking about anybody but Reed, which is absolutely absurd because that's actually who we're talking about tonight is your boy Reed. Ryan, man, Reed Sheppard. He's been looking real good. Let's talk about that 42-inch vertical, man, at the combine. Let's talk about how good of a shooter he is, man. What are your thoughts on Reed for joining the Houston Rockets, and what kind of role do you think he'll have for us?
Well, my take is actually quite the opposite. Reed or no one else.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I like Zach.
I think because we already have the core six. To have Reed is the seventh in his rookie season. I mean, shooting the lights out, having a 42-inch vertical. I mean, it won't get better than that for us.
Yeah, I mean, we'll end up talking about his downsides. But I mean, his draft report over on the draftexpress.com, they've got him as a Kyle Lowry with a vertical. That Kyle Lowry in his prime when he played for Toronto back in the day was an absolute monster, an all-star, an all-NBA caliber player. A fantastic playmaker, a great defender, despite his diminutive size and smaller body. He was quite the thick man, and he was able to put it on the floor. You know what I mean? He had a lot of good things about him. But they do have a point about some of his issues and some of his positives. But let's talk about his positives first. He's a 50% field goal guy, right? And he was a 45% three-point shooter in college, averaging almost 13 points a game. That's what I'm looking at, is the 46% three-point percentage from the field. Now, Dante, my question is, Jabari Smith Jr., his rookie year, he had, let's just be honest, a terrible rookie year, right? His shooting percentages were absolutely atrocious. He was not what we thought he was. But this year, he picked it up, right? 37, 38% from three. He was definitely better in literally every facet of the game. So my question is, do you think Reed Sheppard is going to have the same issue as Jabari Smith Jr. translating his game from the college level to this level? Because it seems like it might translate pretty well. He did, like we said, fantastic in the combine. So what are your thoughts on Reed, and do you think it's going to translate well?
Yeah, I think he would translate well. I mean, I think we need some shooting. We do need 3-point shooting on this team, and I think Reed Shepherd, can shoot the ball really well. Like you said, like I was saying, I believe if you're shooting the ball at 45%, you're shooting at an elite trait. That's something that Jabari Smith was doing in college. I mean, you shooting it over 40%, you shooting it at an elite trait right there. But again, that 42-inch vertical is definitely going to help him on the defensive side of the ball. And I think he can make an instant impact on this team as well. And one more other player that I want to mention that I really have a good upside on. I think he's kind of like more of a defender guy. I'm going to say more like him. Imagine if him, Tari Eason, and Amen Thompson, shout out to our guy who made second team all NBA, even though Cam Whitmore got snubbed. I don't know how Case and Wallace and all them guys get right in front of him. But other than that, I'm talking about Stephon Casserly from UConn. He's gonna add a lot of size, height, and he's a very good on-ball defender. But I like Reed Shepherd, man. I like Reed Shepherd, and to me, if we right there at 3, I will go with Reed Shepherd at 3. If you don't go Reed Shepherd, Stephon Casserly for me will be fine. And you got Dillingham. You got Dillingham too, man. That dude can shoot that ball. That dude can score it, put it on the floor. I mean, we got options at number 3, man. So it should be a good. If we keep the pick, we got some great options over there at the number 3 overall pick.
I think here's my takes. Number 1, Amen Thompson. Cam Whitmore, snubbed. Absolutely agree. Amen Thompson, snubbed from first team. First team all defense. I mean, he missed how many games at the beginning of the season after rolling his ankle?
He missed a good amount. I think he missed damn near a month. But again, had not been on one of those all defensive teams, man, that's just laughable, man. This guy was one of the best rookie defenders in the league, man. One of the best rookie defenders in the league. Come on, man.
I mean, he absolutely deserved first team in my opinion. And then my second take is I don't know how I feel about Rob Dillingham. I mean, great player, absolutely. But the downside is I think his athleticism is just a lot less than Shepherd's. And I think with our squad, especially with Ime Udoka, he looks for the athleticism. And I think that's something that Reed Shepherd has that Robert Dillingham does not have.
For sure. I mean, again, what more can we say than 42-inch vertical? Like, he had the highest in his draft class, and I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting not 42. I don't know what I was expecting. Not 42 from that guy. I look at him, I'm like, I think back to the movie, White Men Can't Jump. I'm like, he gonna shoot that thing. Go ahead and set that screen really hard, and then go stand in the corner. You know what I mean? But he's doing more than just that. But to your guys' points, he does have a downside, right? Rob is a little bit of a stronger man, right? That's kind of the thing. But the issue with Reed is that he's not that strong. He's small size. He's 6'3", right? Which is unbelievable to say that's tiny because I'm 5'10" and I see anyone over 6 foot and they're like, you know what I mean? Like they're a giant, you know what I mean? So that's incredible that he's considered small, but also his wingspan is kind of small. You kind of look at him like that dude on the Grizzlies. What's his name? Short arms, looks like a T-Rex. Everyone makes fun of him.
Oh, Bane?
Yeah, Desmond Bane, man.
Desmond Bane.
Kind of not. He's not as diminutive as Desmond Bane in terms of the wingspan. He's just more average, right? But the thing that I think is pretty interesting is that he's not the best shot creator, despite being a phenomenal shooter, right? I really like the fact that he can. I think we gotta. I don't think we need Shepherd. We already have Skippity Whitmore. Ain't no way from. Yeah, okay. Let's address that real quick, right? We can have more than one shooter on the team. We need more than one shooter on the team, right? The starting lineup don't got shooters. Jalen Green, inconsistent, right? Fred, shooter, right? Sometimes inconsistent, like 36, 37% because he takes high volume, right? Alperen Sengun, you cannot rely on him. Jabari Smith Jr., okay shooter. And then our 3, which is Dylan Brooks, which, again, super hot, cooled off in February and averaged out to 35% from 3. We need more than that. We need that 39, 40, 41% three-point shooter like Malik Beasley. and Reed Shepard might be something like that, where he's more consistent. And again, Cam Whitmore, phenomenal, great. He might start next year. Tari might start next year. Who knows what ends up happening. But we need consistent shooting on the team. Jalen, yeah, you see the jersey back there. I love him. I just need the consistency, right? What are your guys' thoughts on that? For this comment?
On the last podcast that I was on, I mean, that's the same thing that I brought up. Jalen Green, he needs to be consistent, because I think next year is probably his last shot with us if he's not going to be consistent. I mean, next year is his senior year in the NBA. It's his 4th year, so the consistency is key for him next year. And I think his consistency, it doesn't matter whether it's 25-3. As long as he can keep it at those numbers consistently, I think we're good. But he needs to be consistent.
100%, especially if we're going to draft another guard. Go ahead, Nante.
Yeah, I mean, if we draft another guard, that means the pressure is definitely on Jalen Green. I mean, you gotta show up next year. I mean, you can't average 18 points per game and damn near get it up to 20 points. You got it up to 20 points by the All-Star break because you was the hottest player in damn near in the NBA. You play like the best player, but other than that, can't afford for him to do that again, man. You can't wait till the All-Star break just to figure out things and get going. So if we're going to draft another guard, like I said, I think we all agree that Reed Shepard is our first option to pick up if we draft at number 3. But the pressure would definitely be on Jalen Green if we bring in another 2 guard. But like I said, I think we need some shooting. It was times last year we go ice cold and we just really couldn't shoot the basketball that much. And I think, like I say, Reed Shepard can bring a instant impact on this team, man. He can bring instant impact shooting on this team. That 42-inch vertical is definitely going to help him out a whole lot, recover on defense and rebound the basketball a lot. And Ime Udoka loves those type of guys with athleticism and stuff like that. But pressure definitely on Jalen Green. He cannot wait till the All-Star break just to get going, man. So other than that, if he want to prove that he's part of this core 6, he's going to have to get going. I want to see him get off to a hot start earlier during the season.
100%. As much as it pains me to say, I think Cam Whitmore's pretty safe. Year 2, even if he plays the same that he played last year, we're expecting him in a bench role. So the expectations are less and the pressure is less on him, right? And when he started, he did okay. His first start was against the Boston Celtics, not a good game. But I think he started a few more times after that. He was okay. Yeah, it wasn't phenomenal, but he was a rookie, made the rookie mistakes, but he also was phenomenal in some of his minutes, even off the bench. So the thing is Jalen, right? The ultimate scorer, right? You want him to be able to boom anytime, right? Versus Cam Whitmore is looking like he might do that, right? So we're going to be banking on, if we end up trading Jalen, banking on Cam to be that scorer at the same time, also being able to depend on our other guards like Reed Shepard. So like you guys are saying, I think we're all in agreement here. Reed Shepard, right? It's not affecting Cam Whitmore at all. This is, if anything, it's taking away minutes from potentially Jalen Green and Jae'Sean Tate and some of those other guys.
All right, so here's my take, especially about Reed Shepard if we do draft him. Aaron Holiday this season. That's what I expect from Reed Shepard in his rookie season next year. I think Reed Shepard can definitely fill in that gap if we're missing Aaron Holiday. That's my take.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. He's not a bad playmaker. My only issue,
he's got the shooting, he's got the athleticism. I mean, he pretty much fills the role.
So Aaron Holiday is a free agent, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, depending on if I know free agency start before the draft. I'm assume if I'm right or not. I think that starts into the draft. They start before the draft. If we don't bring back Drew, if we don't bring him back, then I would do that at number 3. That means that's consistent. That he can be an instant help coming off the bench for Aaron Holiday. Now, and I love Aaron Holiday. He did a great job for us last year. But Reed Shepard, someone that's very young and can come in and help us right away. That's a good thought that Ryan brought up. Reed Shepard taking his spot, taking his spot, but that doesn't mean Jalen Green cannot have a bad start, man. I want to see him for once get off to a great regular season. Jalen
Green, it's not cannot have a good start. He cannot have a good start. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
He shows that he can have a good start at the beginning of the season, which is not something that he's that he's done the past 3 seasons, if he starts off hot, I think he'll have a very hot season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he really got to have a good start. I think now he's gonna have his struggles. He's gonna have his stretches where he's gonna struggle. But I really want to see him get off to a hot start. I don't want to. The last 2 years we have to literally wait for him after the All-Star break to started playing. Now the year before he played meaningful basketball. He played not this meaningful basketball with Coach Steven Silas. This year more meaningful. It was a lot of games this year that you felt like when Jalen Green was sitting on the bench, you just felt like that is he sacrificing offense for us to win games? And damn it, we were winning games. When he was scoring 6 points, 9 points, we win those type of games because
whatever he needs to do to help us win games, he needs to do that.
Yeah.
Efficiently, though.
What did Anthony Edwards say? Cooking, tennis, swimming, whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
Good quote, man. I need that on a t-shirt. That was a good quote. Facts, though. You were 100% right about that, Ryan. I mean, whatever he needs to do, he just has to do it efficiently. I don't care if he's scoring 10, 12, 15 points a game. If it's efficient enough and we're winning, that's what we're looking for. The issue is, can he? Is it that he can sustain? Can he score 10 points on 4 shots and 2 free throws? Right? Like, is that something he's able to do? Can you score 10 points on 6 shots? You know what I mean?
While we're on the topic of Jalen Green, let's just congratulate him on having his child, his first baby.
Oh, yeah. Jalen Green. Jalen Green. Okay.
Green. Well, he's already got a couple kids. You know, he's got Anthony Simons. We forgot about that. But he's now got his own flesh and blood.
And who was the guy on the Wizards? What was his name?
I don't know. I mean, that he got crossed.
No, I know you don't know. I don't think anyone knows.
He said the Hawks will draft.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Whoever Washington is. I mean, at the end of the day, it was just a team he cooked completely.
Every game.
Every game.
I think that's what I'm most excited for next year: Jalen Green versus Washington.
Honestly, if we could just play, the Nets, Washington, and the Pistons 4 times a year, we probably win 50 games. You know what I mean? Just like, it's pretty easy.
We definitely make the playoffs out right. Win about games.
For sure. All right, so we did talk about quickly about Reed Sheppard. So let's move on. All right, let's talk about what if we end up trading the pick, right? So on Locked On Rockets, they talked about Donovan Mitchell a little bit, and Jackson made a lot of good points in that. So let's talk about that right now.
I'll start off.
Donovan Mitchell, please.
So
start off with the pros, please. We know all about the negatives. Start off with the pros, and we'll go from there.
The pros. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is a great player.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player. I just don't want his ego getting in the way of our team.
Yeah, his attitude. That's the biggest issue is his attitude, like you said, his ego. That's the biggest thing. But we've seen him, right? He's a bucket. He's under 28, right? He's got experience in the league.
I mean, he's taken the Cavs to where they are right now, or where they were.
Yep. Yeah, where they were. He's great during the regular season. But I would say that he's a playoff riser, right? I mean, we saw a couple years back when he dueled Jamal Murray. The back and forth 50-point games, 44-something points. That was absolutely phenomenal.
I just think it's so soon to hot take.
I like it though. I like it though. Jalen next year is probably way better than Mitchell. Hey man, if Jalen's better than Mitchell, man, hey, I'm down.
That's kind of exactly what I was about to say. Literally on par with what I was about to say. I think that it's just too soon to trade for Donovan Mitchell. Way too soon because exactly what will Jalen Green do next season?
Mm-hmm.
And Donovan Mitchell, if we do trade for him in this offseason, he's going to take so many minutes away.
He's taking minutes away from everybody, and we have to win the playoffs.
He's a 35 minute player, minute a game player.
Yep. He's playing max minutes a game. He's taking maximum possessions. You're saying like, hey, like we like the development. We want to win right now.
Right.
That's what you're saying if you're trading for Donovan Mitchell. And the question that I want to ask you guys is, are we ready to compete?
We're ready to compete, but we're not a win right now team.
I see what you're saying, I like the way you worded that. Competing competitively, yes, but in terms of like are we gonna for sure make it out of the first round? I
Well-
mean,
Yes, that's a great take.
yeah, like you know what I mean? Like is are we making it out of the first round? You know what I mean?
No,
Like
I'm just gonna go back to what I said on the last podcast. The West is such a tough conference.
No.
That's one thing about it. I don't see us in the finals for the next 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, the West is so deep. Our team is so young, and there's still so much for them to experience as a
Bro,
team.
we gotta face Wimby every year, bro. Oh my! And then Luka, and then Anthony Edwards, John Morant. Like, guys,
And John Morant didn't even play this season.
no.
And we all saw this season how much John Morant improves the Grizzlies.
Yes.
Then we can't forget about OKC Thunder, how much that team didn't improve with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way, but the West is
frauds.
The West is dependent on matchups. It all depends on what matchup you draw, but I think we can be a playoff team. I don't think we'll be championship contenders.
I'm still confident we're better than the Thunder.
I think the Thunder. I think we can be better than the Thunder on, like I say, on the court. I think we have the potential to be better than the Thunder. I think we can.
I don't think we have the potential. I think we are. I legit think that we are.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. Tate is part of the filler trade. So we got our boy AD, man. Haven't talked about how we can improve just by trading Tate. If we trade Tate by itself for a couple second-round picks, and we lose Aaron Holiday and we draft Reed Shepherd, I think we're already better right there. That takes care of that portion right there. But let's talk about the trade package for Donovan Mitchell. They got when Utah in the Caps traded, they got 3 pick swaps plus 2 outright picks on top of 3 players. You're not getting that type of package for Donovan Mitchell this time. What it came up to be is Jalen Green plus filler, plus a 3rd overall pick, the 2026 pick outright, and the 2027 swap. That's a lot. The Thunder overrated would be better than Chet. Yeah. We already know that. Yeah. I mean, Wimby made first team all defense. I don't even want to start Lace Wimby though. He's too good.
First rookie ever to make first team.
I don't know about that. I don't know if the Thunder overrated. I don't know about that now.
I think they're a little overrated. I think they're overrated. Okay, fraud is what they are.
I mean, they first stint making the playoffs, and they made it to the second round in the tough Western Conference. To me, I mean,
they faced the Pelicans without Zion.
Okay, I also think they could have beat
without Zion. They play. That's without actually one player. They went with Dallas. They went to 7 games with Dallas. With the Dallas Mavericks.
They went to 6 games. They went to 6 games.
Well, 6 games. They should have. You can argue they should have won the series, but Dallas was the better team. Like I say, they made it to the second round. They achieved the expectation. They achieved the expectation. I like
first team's all defense just by being tall. I don't know.
Let's talk about Wimby, man. Hey, Wimby. Let's not talk about Wimby. All right, this is the Houston Rockets podcast.
I was about to say it's too much Wimby talk.
Yeah, bro, I'm done glazing that boy. But let's talk about the quick trade, right? So we talked about the pros and whatnot, kind of regarding him. He's young, playoff riser. He's a bucket. And he's got experience. That's what we like to see. But the total package for him, we're giving up a lot. The 3rd pick this year, the 2026 pick, the Nets pick to them, as well as a 2027 pick swap with the Nets. So we're technically giving up, 2 first-round picks plus our pick this year, Jalen and filler for a guy who's got a 1-year contract this year till 2025, and then it's a +1 player option. So we don't even know if he's going to stay. How are we going to guarantee that he's going to stay? If we're trading all of that for Donovan Mitchell,
that's
not going to stay.
That's exactly why I said we don't trade this offseason for him.
The only way, if we trade the pick, who would you want in return?
That's a good question.
That's what we're talking about is Donovan Mitchell right now. And then if you join our podcast Friday, we're going to do another trade segment. So be sure to join that at 5 o'clock. It's going to be very fun. We're going to have Ryan on again, and we'll have Dante on again. It's going to be really fun. But as of right now, right, we're giving up a lot for a 1-year rental. That's like trading for James Harden for 1 year. and then getting nothing in return, because now you're going to scramble, cough, Nats. Now you're going to scramble to try to, like get something back out of him. You're going to try to sign and trade him somewhere, and nobody's going to do that if he can just walk with the player option, right? That's the same situation the Clippers are in right now, where they were like, we could get Paul George for almost nothing if he's got a few other teams he's trying to go to, but the Rockets are offering the best package, right? Because we're going to have the best package out of the teams like the Wizards and the Jazz. They're going to be trying to be competitive.
Okay, but my question is someone would the player to trade be Jabari?
Nope.
I actually did want to ask about Jabari earlier.
Okay.
So I'm A. My question about Jabari, or not question, but my thought was, and Jabari definitely did rise in his second season, but did he rise to the expectations that y'all set for him before the season?
Yes. He met. I would say he met most of my expectations. Only issue was his rebounding, and then his hands got a little too. He started to foul quite a lot more than what I thought he would.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, his biggest thing was just efficiency and being able to run efficient pick and rolls and hit the catch and shoot, because that's what he was touted as, was a catch and shoot guy that could hit consistently. That's what I needed.
His shooting improved, and he's not taking as many poor shots as he was first season.
Yes,
He
his shot
definitely
IQ is much
improved.
better.
His
He
shot
improved.
selection got so much better, and that turnaround fade that he got in the offseason, holy.
He improved his shot. He improved his 3-point percentage by 8%. That's really goddamn good, man. I really like that. And then he's starting to get better at shooting over those small guards when and posting them up. And he got better putting the ball on the floor a little bit, man. I've seen that a lot. He got better going strong to the rim and putting the ball on the floor. So I say he did achieve good expectations, definitely in Ime Udoka's system.
On top of that, if we're putting, Jabari was a lot less aggressive, but I want to say that probably attributes to because Alperen Şengün got more shots, Jalen got about the same amount of shot, but now you also added Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks, two guys that are going to hunt their own shot quite often, especially in certain plays. And then on top of that, we also had a couple other guys like Aaron Holiday, who can pass, but he's a shot creator. He's like, I'm going to go get my bucket. If I can't, then I'm passing the rock. If we had more, I think if we had more play creators, right, more true point guards, right, or combo guards, I think Jabari's getting the ball more. I think they're putting him in the correct spots, getting him at the elbow, and I think he's attacking more. It's just depending on the mentality that he had. And we did see him be aggressive at points, but overall, yes, he was a lot less aggressive. But Ryan, back to your point, kind of about Jabari. What was your big question in general? You said something about Jabari, his expectations. Were you going somewhere with that?
No, it was more just expectations because I was thinking about it earlier.
For sure. Şengün needs to stay Rocket at all costs. Yes, it's also Sengun.
I love Şengün.
But yes, he's going to stay a Rocket. He's getting the rookie max for sure. I mean, he was almost an all-star. There's no way we trade him. If we trade him, I'm probably done with the Rockets. I don't know, that would.
Nah, they ain't gonna happen, man. We gonna pay that, man. They'll be a fool if they let that. If they don't.
Like we said in the last episode I was on, he's getting the max for our team. Jalen Green will have to take the cut.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there is a world if he performs really well this season, he could also receive the max. But if we extend him and he's around expectations of what we want, he's more efficient, then yes. Check that out on our last episode where we deep dove into that.
I agree with AD on. He said Donovan Mitchell is such an Ime Udoka guy, and I believe Ime Udoka want guys like that. I'm telling you, Ime Udoka is the type of coach that I can already feel like he will take a Jaylen Brown. If he wanted to get him, he would take a Donovan Mitchell if he actually wanted to get him. So he's like, that one.
My issue is like attitude.
They would want a player in the core six. Who are we trading in the core six right now?
I think it will be Jalen Green. I think the obvious.
I mean, that's the obvious answer, but at the same time, he just had a huge run at the end of the season. I mean, do we really want to trade him right now?
It's not if we want to trade him; it's what player makes sense for leaving.
For Ime Udoka, because he got some. So Ime
Jalen Green is also such an Ime Udoka player himself. Aggressive, flashy. I mean, athletic.
Yeah, that goes down.
He's just not the win now player.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if you're trading for if you're trading for Mitchell, you're trading for like, okay, we're going to trade Mitchell. We're also probably trading Dylan Brooks. We're also probably trading a couple of our bench pieces, right? Like we're probably going to try to go get
It's too
Malik
much.
Beasley, right?
Way too
Like
much.
we're going to be trading everything away. We're probably changing our team up by eight players, because we want to compete right now. And a lot of our young guys, right? Like I said, like Tari, he's a glue guy. He's fantastic. Jabari, he was better, just less aggressive, right? They're still young, right? So are they going to be OKC type for, are they going to be the guys that are okay with being in the playoffs? Are they going to be okay with being in those crunch times? Or are we going to have to make tough decisions about our entire core six? Who are we keeping? You know what I mean? Man, AD, look, I need you to keep the Jalen Green hate to yourself, all right? You see that back there? You see that?
It took the man to the All-Star break. It literally took him to the All-Star break for the last couple of years to get going. I don't want to wait for Jalen Green to the All-Star break. I need
neither do I, and that goes back to the point that I was saying. The last 3 seasons, he hasn't had a great start to the season. This season, he needs to have that great start. And if he doesn't have that great start, he's getting sent to another team.
Yeah, I don't want you on the bench 5 times during the season while your teammates out there playing and winning us the game while you sitting on the bench watching. You don't post. That's too many times that you had to sit on the bench while your teammates watch. And we were winning the games while he was sitting on the bench. We were winning games while he was sitting on the bench doing that.
Yes, that is the big issue. Now, before we end it off, let's bring it all back real quick. And again, so Jalen plus picks plus filler, so that's probably attributing to no way, bro. No way. Hey yo.
Okay, look, I don't know Arthur Dunn.
He's our boy as
but the Jalen Green hate, unacceptable, man.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. It's uncalled for. It's unacceptable. It's not right.
Yeah. AD, listen to this man. Watch out. Ryan taking over.
I hope Jalen Green is taking notes, not me.
Yeah, that's what he needs to be
Green
doing.
needs to be taking these notes.
For real, man. I'm dead, man.
I think AD's the reason that Jalen Green's gonna have a great start to the season.
He might, bro. He might be reading the comments right now.
It doesn't need to be Drea being pregnant. It just needs to be the haters. So AD, please keep it going. His DMs.
He got his kid now, right? So now he's got something to go to war for, right, so to speak. So maybe it changes him. I mean, we saw like Derek White. We saw what Derek White did after he had his baby and whatnot, and he went crazy. And he's been going crazy. He was almost an all-star this year on Celtics super team. Phenomenal. And amongst other players, like Luka, he had his kid recently. Rudy Gobert, the first game he came back after having his child, he didn't do so well, but every game he's played since then, he's been Rudy Gobert, that 4-time defensive player of the year kind of guy. So who knows,
Does he deserve all 4?
Yeah, he does. Let's not we get distracted. But anyway, so Jalen picks filler for Mitchell. If we are trying to win now, that's the move, right? I'm for it if Jalen is going to have a rough start. If I see him in December still struggling mightily, I'm a Rockets fan first. I'm a player fan second. So you got to do what you got to do, right? By any means. But what is Donovan Mitchell going to bring, like, negatively, right? I mean, we talked about his contract. Like, he might not even sign here, right? The big issue is we get him and then we lose him for nothing. We trade 3 picks, filler, and Jalen Green for nothing. Jalen's getting the last laugh on that one, right? On top of that, he has a bad attitude. When his team starts to play bad or have an issue, he don't pass him the ball. We saw that when he played with Mike Conley, right? He stopped passing Mike Conley the ball. Mike Conley got selfish. Mike Conley is not a selfish player. He is an uncannily unselfish player, and Mitchell forced him to be that kind of guy. Darius Garland, a very unselfish player last season and the season before that, right? End of this season in the playoffs, Mitchell was not giving him the ball. He became more selfish, right? Shooting 2 for 11 because he was hunting the shot because he's not getting the ball from his teammate. My issue is Ime going to wrangle in his attitude? Because he can wrangle him in for 1 year. That's cool. Is he going to be able to do it consistently for the entire time we have him? Because even Dylan Brooks wasn't able to be captured. And if we can't get Dylan Brooks wrangled in, how can we expect that of a superstar player?
I think Dylan Brooks, he just has a much.
I think he just has a much ego. I just think Dylan Brooks is just Dylan Brooks. I didn't think
Dylan Brooks. Yeah, I mean,
and so is Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell
says, "Give me the ball."
I think he can hinder Donovan Mitchell. I really do.
I agree.
Udoka's a no bullshit. Yes, I really think Ime Udoka's a no bullshit guy. And I think, to be honest, when Dylan Brooks was doing what he doing against, I think Ime Udoka liked it, man. Because again, that's something we needed. We needed that toughness. We needed that, and that's something that got our guys really going. So I didn't think he minded that. I think he actually liked it and stuff like that. But for us, being unselfish, those type of things. I mean, you think he set some of our players down. I don't think he got no problem sending Donovan Mitchell down if he's acting like that, which is the fact I don't want him here. I'm not saying I want him here because I don't. And I don't think I would rather deal with Paul George than deal with Donovan Mitchell. Yes. I'd rather do that. But I'd rather just drop our pick, take our pick, just keep building and stuff like that. And like I say, if Jaylen Brown come up, he knows Jaylen Brown. That's one thing about, that would be good for Ime Udoka. He knows Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown knows him, and Jaylen Brown still misses him to this day. And they always talk about Ime Udoka and stuff like that. So I don't want Donovan Mitchell. If we do trade him, I'll welcome him in with open arms as a Rocket fan. But I'd rather have Paul George than Donovan Mitchell, or Jaylen Brown than Donovan Mitchell on this team. But I'd rather just pick, I'd rather just really pick our pick.
That's fair. Dante says it really well, man. That's why I like having this guy on. He gets straight to the point here. Ryan, what are your thoughts on that? You sound like you were agreeing with Dante there.
I don't want Donovan Mitchell. As simple as that. I just, as a Rockets fan, obviously Rockets fan first, player fan second. It's just, it would be heartbreaking to break up the core six. I mean, the core six as a Rockets fan, that's what I see taking us there. It's what I see taking us all the way. And I, as a Rockets fan, and seeing us build through the draft, I mean, think about the dynasties that have built through the draft. I mean, the first one, obviously, that comes to mind is the Warriors.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really want us to be that team so bad.
Yeah.
Only if Chris Paul didn't get injured, but we'll keep that up for another day.
Yeah.
Well, we will reminisce.
I went to Game 7 that year, crushing.
Man, we missed 27. Did we really miss 27 straight shots?
No, bro, they were waving shit off, man. It was rigged, man. It was rigged. Man, I feel like a politician up here yelling that it was rigged. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for the night. Thank you guys for joining us on the super, super late emergency podcast. We did start to battle out there, but hopefully our points came across. Should we end up drafting Reed Sheppard? Should we draft somebody else? I want your comments down below. If you're not a fan of drafting anybody, should we trade for Donovan Mitchell? Who should we trade for if you're interested in trading the pick at all? Should we trade the core six? Should we give up a lot more? What are your guys' thoughts on all of this? Guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to follow this account. Yeah, the H-Town Rundown. Yep, exactly like that. At XApp, as well as Instagram. You can find us on YouTube as well. We got it there. We're also coming out with our own website soon. We got a lot of merch coming out. So stay around, baby, stay around. Speaking of merch, guys, I still got this, man. It seems like you guys don't want this, man. Y'all want this free? Yeah, free 99 Tari Eason Spider-Man inspired tongue twister, little bobblehead there, guys. Go ahead, comment down below. I want to know if you want us to trade or draft that pick. It's very, very important you guys do that. Ryan, start us off, man. Where can we find you at?
My Instagram is RyanDime15. That's where you can find me. I'm pretty sure my Twitter handle is the exact same.
Dante, man, where can we find you at, bro?
Man, y'all know y'all can find me. Y'all can find me right here on the H-Town Rundown basketball show with my boy Press. Shout out to Ryan, man. We're going to have him on many more times. sometime y'all will find me on the football side too, because I'm a diehard Texan fan as well. So I do be on that way. AD, the boss man AD as well sometimes. So other than that, y'all find me on Instagram, Coach Dante 31, on Twitter, Coach Dante 31, on YouTube, Coach Dante 30, Coach Dante. So man, like I said, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, bro, he is, man. And check his YouTube channel out, guys. He goes crazy on his YouTube channel. He loves talking on the 7200 Seconds podcast over there. It's really fun. Please go check out all his stuff, man. Go check out our boy Ryan, man. It's always fantastic to have him on here. Thank you, man, for jumping on again with us. You guys can follow me, your main host. Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. You can follow me, your main host, at drip2piece_GAWD for XApp and drip2piece_GAWDD2Ds on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Join us next time Friday at 5 o'clock. All right. I need you all there at 5 o'clock to check us out once again, man. We have a bigger episode. It's going to be a lot more fun. We talk about a lot more trades, a little more pick stuff, maybe Donovan Cleveland, maybe some Zach, man. Come find out. All right. See you guys Friday. See you.